What's up, everybody? It's your girl Heather Be Nice, and welcome to Sofa Therapy.
Hey, baby. What's happening? What's happening? What's happening?
Come on.
All right, y'all. Welcome to another episode of Sofa Therapies, episode number 2. We are here with the only Heather B. Nyce, owner and operator of www.heatherbynice.com, home of really dope shit, dope things from fashion to art. Matter of fact, we're gonna say it better. Beauty, right? Kicks and art. Beauty, kicks, and art. So how are you today?
I'm good.
That's good. That's good. Are you ready to get into this therapy? I
am. Very interesting to be sitting on this side of the camera.
I know, right? So we're gonna get right on into it. We're gonna come straight at it. The first question is, why is it important for women to be equally informed in business as men?
Well, it's 2018, right? So I don't believe that any difference should be made on content knowledge or education or anything. Like, we should not have a separation of knowledge from the sexes, so that men shouldn't, be privileged the information more than women should be, yeah, so I think we are in the land of equal opportunity. Men and women should share just about everything, you know what I'm saying? Just knowledge, education, beliefs, and so on and so forth. So yeah, it's very important. It's very important for women to know just as much as men and be given the privilege and the opportunities to do so.
Great. Do you think men support women the way they should in today's society?
Ooh, that's a loaded question. If we're speaking in a general aspect, then no. You see a lot in today's world of women branching out on their own and taking the support of other females to kind of push themselves along in what they want to do and what their goals are. Men are slowly kind of drifting out of the equation of women supporting each other to do whatever it is, the future is female, if you ask me, and I think it's unfortunate that it lacks the support of men, because men still have that component of an ego, but it's imperative that men support women, brother, sister, fathers, husbands, not sisters, but brother, any man in your life, right? Whether it's a friend or a family member, they all should be supporting women, because women are daughters and they're mothers, and the last thing you would want to do as a male is to see that difference being made to your loved one. So they're not supporting, but hopefully it comes back around. I know I certainly have all the support in the world.
Great.
That's different. That's a different story.
That's a great answer. That's a great answer. Do you want any more to elaborate on that question, or are you ready for the next one?
I feel like I should elaborate on this question. I'm very well supported, and it's most importantly by my husband. As a young girl, of course, we want the support of our fathers. Not everyone has a father, or a brother or an uncle, but I have seen the male figures in my family, kudos to me and give me that support. And that is important, that men don't feel like just because a woman is becoming successful or going out for her dreams that it takes away from his manhood. It's very important. It has nothing, most of the time it has nothing to do with the man. We all have our own individual purposes. So a woman is not here for the purpose that a man wants to put on her. More of the purpose that God has given her. And so if that's something in our hearts, then men shouldn't feel any way about it, to be honest, to be blunt about it.
Great answer. How can a black woman be influential in today's world?
Well, that's a very deep question. Either I'm just emotional or that was just a deep question. Black women have a lot of power, um, subconsciously, right? We are looked at as, you know, threats or overly strong, overly assertive, just in this manner that we are not women and we are not gentle and caring. Um, Black women, to me, have an essence about themselves that is a huge influence across the world. Probably driven from our roots, but we just have this kind of inner power, because most Black women are the backbones of the families, and that has been for, you know, centuries. We've been that glue that held everything together, you know, even when women weren't in the working industry. And so I think as all women love ourselves and accept ourselves for who we are, whatever essence we hold within ourselves and the power we have as women to bring new life into this world, that's how we can influence. You know what I mean? Being strong and an independent thinker and just upholding what you believe in will eventually influence everyone, men and women alike, you know? They say behind a great man is a greater woman, and I believe that is very true. This might get some slack, but women in the world, we do have a place, okay? We do have a place to hold in the family and the relationships. We have a spot that is dedicated for us. That doesn't take away from what we're supposed to do. That doesn't take away from the man. But I think that with the support of my husband and male figures, women are put on a higher platform of things that they are allowed to do or are able to do, are privileged to do, that can in turn help that woman influence other women. Does that make sense?
Makes a lot of sense. Makes a lot of sense.
Might have to watch that one again. But yeah. I love being a woman, more so a Black woman, but just being a woman and supporting women all together. Just, I think that's why the question like hit me so hard.
Well, that's what we're here for. The questions that hit you hard and you to answer them even harder.
I know, this is therapy, huh?
This is therapy. Moving along, that was a great answer. So, you know, with all the mental awareness talk that's been going on, I mean, have you had any anxieties or mental issues, and how should they be dealt with if you do have them?
Yes. Yeah, it seems like mental health, and because it's the month of mental health awareness, or it was, it's just getting a lot of light, which is fantastic, okay? Because it's a stigma or it's a taboo thing among different cultures, and, you know, or even in men. It's just something that's not talked about. If you look at even these like anti-anxiety, anti-depression commercials that they put on TV, they're mostly women, okay? And they make it seem like women are the only ones that suffer, but we as a human suffer from anxiety, depression, and things like that. I've had my own kind of spats with anxiety, and it really didn't start from anything traumatic or anything that happened to me. It was just it just kind of started to happen. And before I was officially diagnosed with having anxiety, I kind of already felt like I knew what it was. So you know, before any sort of treatment or medications, it was a coping mechanism that I would have to figure out on my own. It didn't affect my daily life. It didn't affect my family. People watching this today probably never even knew, you know, because I'm an internal person anyway. Being Aquarius, I kind of internalize things a lot. I'm in my head a lot, so that's kind of where it all kind of just settled. and the outward reactions would be just me kind of, you know, calming down to someone else, but on the inside I'm kind of shutting down, you know, or kind of hyperventilating, but the next person next to me wouldn't be able to tell. It just I kind of internalized it. But dealing with that, and then, you know, taking medications, but then seeing that the medications were just symptomatic treatments to help you calm, but the situation doesn't leave, it kind of makes you feel like this is more mental power, right? So I've never been into like meditating and yoga and things like that. I just kind of weaned myself off the medication and said, I need to remove myself from the situation. Okay, so whether the situation is a home thing or something we really can't pull ourselves from, or work, there we need to kind of wrap our minds around what it is and how to self-treat, so that when we hit that situation, we don't have that outward panic, you know. I'm all for mental health. When jobs started implementing a mental health day, I thought that was extremely important, because work can be some of the most stressful things that anybody in America has to deal with. It doesn't matter what level of work you are doing, it can just be stressful, okay? Anybody who has a boss, or if you are a boss, you can be stressed the F out, right? So take time to just clear your mind, you know, put the situation down, come back to it later so that you can just breathe, okay? Because some things can make you feel like you're suffocating, and then you get all these inward symptoms, and you get, you know, one of my main symptoms was straight up chest pain, okay? Too young to be dealing with like heart disease and things that, you know, for the statistics, but that chest pain is like a coronary spasm, and you know, when the doctor says everything is okay with you in a cardio standpoint, then you know I need to change the situation. You know, like this, why am I giving this situation or this person the power to stress me out and give me anxiety?
What is a spasm? What was that word you just used?
A coronary spasm.
A coronary spasm. For people like, you know, myself, and I know millions of people that's watching. What is that?
So a coronary spasm is kind of what happens when you're in a stressful situation, right? So we have arteries that are around our heart. These are the same arteries that can clog and give us a heart attack, right? So it's kind of like, imagine running on the treadmill, and your anxiety and panic sets in, and the treadmill has been bumped up to 10, right? Because I know personally I can't even run at 8 miles per hour, but it's bumped up to 10, and so you running on the treadmill is your heart pumping, okay? And so your heart is a muscle, and it can pump so much or so hard or so stressful that it gives you that chest pain in that artery, okay? So it's like a spasm. It's like a leg spasm, like a cramp. And that's just what it is, but it won't reside unless you calm down. You have to calm the muscle down, okay? You have to calm the nerves down, because everything works together in our bodies, and it's just, I took myself out of the situation. Got myself off the medication, because the medication was situationally, and I said, deuces to the problem, okay? And then now I just, it can just be random. So it's not always a situation. You can be lying in bed and not thinking about anything, and start feeling those anxiety symptoms, and you're just like, what happened? Like, what did I do? I didn't even say anything. I didn't think anything. Nothing's wrong. But it can come from the stress that you built up throughout the day. And so as your body is trying to relax, you know, it's reacting to that built up stress and hormones and those, you know, chemicals that we have released in our brains, and there's anxiety. And so you're panicking and you're hyperventilating, and you just like, what? I just want to go to sleep, you know, and it can take a while, but just breathe through it, you know. There are other mental health disorders that need higher therapy and, you know, physicians, and for that I urge you to seek. You know, we don't need any suicidal thoughts if we can prevent them. We don't need anyone harming each other, you know. Just seek help or get back that mental control, okay?
Great. Thank you for that very educational answer.
Mm.
So we get right into the next one. This one is a loaded question.
Oh, great. As if the previous ones haven't been, right?
I know, right? But so what's the keys that young women need to be successful? And not typical success as a job, a car, and a house, but leader, financially free, and an owner and an influencer for like other young women. Like, what do women need to be that type of successful? You know what I mean? Like financially free, to be an owner, to be an influencer. What can you say to young women? Because women often think that, jobs are them being financially free and them being owners and them being influencers to other young women. Like yourself, that owns her own website, owns a lot of things that she does. What can you tell young women to be successful in that way?
Yeah. Well, it kind of starts with, I hate to say it, but it starts with you. As a young lady, what is it that you want for your life? Okay, I mean big picture life, not like you said, like not the job and not a car. It's bigger than that, right? How do you want to retire, or what does your retirement look like, right? So you kind of see the end and you go backwards. Most of the time, it's not going to be our family members that are going to give us the keys or help. It's not going to be our friends. It's going to be something, a passion within us, kind of like a spark of something. And so it takes a while for anyone to kind of see what that passion is, and then you kind of build on that passion. You can't let anything get in the way, okay? We are a life full of distractions, and there's plenty of distractions. There's social media as a distraction, your family and friends and partying and a turn up and being lit. All of that can be a distraction to what your true purpose is. And so you kind of need to have the blinders on to your reason for being. Okay, so we got that foundation. This is what I want. You can put that on the table. Let's go. All right, so from there, you need to look at the layers of what it will take to get to that objective, that goal. This is where I see myself, but this is where I am. It's a rocky mountain, it's a hill, it's a battle. Fine, okay? So lace up your boots and let's go. So find the plan and the steps that it'll take you to get there. Okay, so when you figure out those steps that it'll take you to get there, don't let anything stop you. You cannot be distracted. There will be lazy days. There will be times when we procrastinate, and all of that's fine if our mental health is overwhelmed. And I don't know. You will want to quit. You will want to feel like this ain't working. Okay, this shit is not panning out. Like, it's too far. I'm gonna settle for something less, and you can't do that, because at the end of the day, most people want to have a family, and so if you quit in the early stages, and then you end up having a family, and then you're trying to instill these things into the next generation or your children, they're going to be like, well, why didn't you do it? And you're going to have some BS answer like, well, mommy just got tired. They're not going to hear that. They're going to say, oh, so you quit, basically. Okay, that's the biggest thing. You quit, right? So unless you say, oh, I was on this path and I thought about it and I saw my future and I really felt like that wasn't the path for me, and so I decided to take this path, then that's a different story. Okay, so one of the major keys is to put your blinders on. The next one is to put the plan together to where you want to be, and stop letting people stop you. Stop letting your obstacles be your solution to quit, because that's what everybody's looking for, is a reason to quit. I don't really have a reason to quit. My reason to continue going is 3 little people that I have, shacking up in my house. 3 little kids that I, brought into this world, and they are the reason for going and going and going. I don't plan on the traditional retirement, you know what I mean? My retirement looks like Bora Bora 1 year and Fiji the next year. It's not about sitting back and collecting the check from the government for Social Security. It's not about still paying on bills and utilities and things like that. I don't want to have to worry about that. I don't want them to have to worry about that. So when you think you've reached your peak where you want to be, go somewhere else at the end of the day. Okay? Keep going. Now take that peak and bring it back down to the level that you thought you were when you reached it. So everything just keeps switching positions. I want to get here, I'm here. Okay, you get there, bring that back down to the bottom. Now where can you grow from that? It's a never-ending thing. Okay? That's financial freedom. That's the inspiration. That's the key. Continue to go. And people might look at this and say, oh, she just want to keep working on her life or being a workaholic. It's not about that. It's about growth, financial freedom, leaving a legacy, you know, building something for them so that when I'm not here, they have all these things, these accomplishments that are just generously passed down from their mother and father, that if they wanted to, they could continue to let those things work for them. Or they could build another leg off of them. You know, who knows how the world will be in what are we in, 2018? So 2050. Who knows? You know what I mean? So yeah, nice loaded question. Thank you.
No problem. We got plenty more. You know, as you answered that question, you know, a lot of women, young women, you know, do they get their money right? They get their freedom right, financial freedom right. They get their ownership, right? And it seems as if in today's society, and it's been in the past too, their next biggest challenge is marriage and a man and, you know, relationship. So, you know, I understand that you and your husband have a book called 111 that's coming out. So this question will be definitely like needed for the people that's going to actually read the book and been following you. So, you know, a lot of divorces and early breakups nowadays, right? How do you keep your marriage tight as it has been for 16 years?
So the beginning of this will sound like cliche, but it's a lot of communication, okay? And we answer all of this in the book from kind of a bilateral aspect. So we both are giving our own opinions. And in our book, particularly in our book, we get the topic and we both attack the topic from our own point of view. And then we usually have a conjoining answer at the end of the topic or the chapter. So you hear both sides. So what I might say may not necessarily be what he might say, right? So from a woman's standpoint, how to keep marriage tight and right and fun, right? You don't want to become like this lame chick, this dull marriage. Man, like where do I begin? So communication, okay, that's the biggest thing. We communicate, we talk all day, right? And I know I've been around people that like do not speak to their spouse until they get home or until they're done running the streets. But I talk to my husband every day, all day. If I'm at the house, I'm updating him. If I'm leaving, he knows. It's just, and it's a common courtesy. It's not what they used to call it back in the day was like, oh, you got to check in with him, you know, oh, the old ball and chain, and you know, it's just little petty stuff like that. When really, you love this person so much, why don't you want them to know where you at? Why wouldn't you like call them on your break, right? Let's say we gone, we both working, you know, whatever, but we don't work together. Like I'm calling him on my lunch break, he should be calling me on his lunch break. It's just a common courtesy thing. We just love each other. Like my husband is my friend. You need to be literally homies with your spouse. You need to not want to share anything with anyone else before you want to share it with them. Okay? I want to tell him every single aspect of my day, my life. I'm telling him personal woman problems. I'm telling him, you know, personal problems. I'm telling him about the kids, and it's like we're this alliance. Like it's just me and him against the world. Okay? Like forget just forget everybody. Yeah, but you know, he's everything. So if you don't have that type of bond, then the hard times that you do go through in marriage are going to wipe you out. You know, it's even when, you know, there's a disagreement, it's just a petty argument because we are both like, boom, boom, you know. I believe what I say, he believes what he says. You know, there's no difference on that. Like, oh, this person is a little more passive, and then this person is more dominant. No, we are both like, boom, okay. So it's like when there's a disagreement, and to get through the disagreements and the mean parts of marriage, you know, that everybody feels like is all peachy all day, all the time. You don't get through 16 years without some arguments, some, you know, mean words, some nice words, and just keeping it funky. But when you have that solid foundation of happiness and communication, and you know, dang, I kind of miss my friend. Like, I know we ain't talking right now, but I just seen something on Instagram I want to tell him. It's like, just get over it. Get over it. Let the situation rest. I mean, maybe 20 minutes, and then you go right back. So, you know, explaining like what the problem was, things like that, and you know, sex doesn't hurt either. It's got to be heavily desired. You know, there needs to be an aspect of lust between you and your spouse. That is for sure. Yeah, that's all I'm gonna say about that one.
So, that's a great answer to that question.
Mm-hmm.
You said something specifically. You said that your husband is your friend. And that's great, but it's rare in 2018 for couples to even like each other, let alone be each other's friend or best friend. So
I don't understand why you got the term couple if you don't like each other.
But you know, we understand that does exist in today's society. How is it important, or how important is it to have a home girl / friend? Is it important? Do you need it? Do you don't need it? What's going on?
It's not necessary at all. It's a problem. That's another societal thing, though, where people feel like they need the same sex to be able to vent about things, or I need some lady time, some girlfriend time. It's cool. Like, it's good. It's fun when you get all your homegirls together, and you know, you just kick back and kind of talk about life, you know, kids or your husband or work, whatever it is. It's cool, you know. But I think society has drilled it in our heads so much that we all need to look like Sex and the City or Girlfriends or I don't know, whatever other show out there that shows this bond of women, and it's really unattainable, to be honest. Like, if you're still friends, if you're in your 40s and you're still friends with somebody from high school or elementary school or middle school, kudos to you. But it's rare, okay? It's really unattainable. It's fiction. It does not exist to have a group of solid women that you can go above and beyond with, through thick and thin with. It's almost like a soulmate, right? We are not Meredith Grey and Christina Yang. It's not, you know, Grey's Anatomy. We're soulmates, and my spouse and me aren't. It doesn't exist, okay? So, but to have a cool couple friends, you know, hey girl, let's chill, chat, whatever, it's great. It's cool. But everything that we would do, I would much rather do with my husband first, right? Let's get some couple things going on. Give me, you know, you call your husband and me and my husband, and we all hang. It's more of a kind of combined thing. Like, I don't know. Just I fell off with the whole homegirl thing years ago. You know, females change. Everybody changes. Everybody changes. People grow apart. People grow because of relationships. You know, people change, and you know, if you get that one that you can move across the country and y'all still cool and you can still pick up where you left off, then keep it. You know, don't do anything to damage the friendships you have if you are over 25, right? Because when you hit your 30s, life's a little different. And if they can hang with you, listening to you, supporting you through the things that are happening and the life changes that are going on, then that's maybe a friend that you'll have forever, you know. But I do not seek girlfriends. I do not claim to call anyone, you know, oh, that's my best friend, but you just met her like a year ago. It doesn't happen. It just don't happen, you know. So my man is my best friend. I share everything with him first. I eat, sleep, and wake up with him. I go to sleep with him. This is the person I'm spending the majority of my life with. So why do I need time away to hang with girls? I don't, personally. I never did. If I think back all the way when I first got married, I always called my homies and, you know, whoever they were dating over to my house. And my husband was always there. Because I really don't want to leave the comfort of my home. This is perfect for me. This is perfect for us. We're friends, you know, him and I. So you want to come hang with me and my other friend? You know what I mean? Like, my husband's my friend. So y'all come over here. I never looked forward to leaving and hanging out with females. It was fun. We were young, but no, it's not necessary at all. People need to get closer with their husbands and God. Then, you know, everybody else will kind of fall in line.
Yes, indeed. You know, people that follow you, follow you maybe social media, via, you know, your website, videos, multiple videos you have done. One thing they may notice, that I always noticed, but I know everyone else want to know. You know, everything nowadays and everybody is pro-black or woke or hashtag stay woke or hashtag
woke AF.
Right, woke AF, hashtag kneel at the stadium, hashtag, you know. Why you never been on that wave? Before you even answer that, can you tell people what is your race? Because a lot of people, before you even answer that, right? Because a lot of people want to know, because sometimes you get the whole that they don't think that you completely black.
Yeah, no. People think of a lot of things, and I may be a lot of things, but
right.
On paper, I'm African American. Okay, that's it. There's on paper. Okay, now if we were to do a whole 23andMe, you know, my grandmothers, both of them, and my mother and father, you know, have splashes of plenty of things. But I'm black on paper. I'm black. I've gotten that I was Filipino, Puerto Rican, you know, Mexican, Asian. You know, I'm not, you know, but people have a false perception of, oh, well, the hair, you know, and your skin, and I'm just like, that is so disrespectful.
The fro is popping, though.
If you out there doing that to people, stop doing that, okay? I'm not Afro-Latino. Nope, I am black, okay?
So this is the perfect question for you.
According to the IRS, I'm black. According to my mama, I am from St. Louis and black, okay?
That should tell you enough, right? So again, you know, with all that's going on in today's society, it's a lot of it. I mean, it's plenty of it to pick from. Just why you've never like been on that wave. You've never waved the flag that I am pro-black, I am woke, and you're very intellectual smart, strong woman. Like, why did you never like get into that type of stuff?
You know, I feel the heat coming from the world in the future on this answer.
It's okay.
It's bullshit. Okay? Not being pro-black, but shouldn't we all be pro who we are? Okay? We should just be pro whatever it is that we believe in ourselves. I don't need a group of people. I don't need a movement. I don't need to voice it. I don't need to kneel. I don't need to stand. I don't need to put up my black fists to say that I'm pro whatever I am. So in life every day when I'm moving, as long as you don't offend me in whatever my inner proness is, I'm cool. I don't care what race you are. As I get older, I feel like I do not even believe in race, right? I believe in being human and man and woman and God, okay? That's it. I don't care about pro-black or these black movements that are going on. I also don't care about these white movements going on. I don't care, because maybe tomorrow there will be a Hispanic movement going on, and a Puerto Rican movement, and then a Russian movement, and what are we gonna do? Okay? I feel like this shit is trendy. It's trending to be so woke. When people still don't even understand what that is. And if they were so woke, they wouldn't be so vocal about it. Okay, I believe I'm a very intellectual person. I'm woke, you know, with quotation marks. I'm woke. But I see things in the world very different from the general population. So the reasons people are saying support this because it's black and support that because it's black is baloney. You just support it because if that's what the hell you want to buy, or if that's what you want to get, or if that's what you want to be a part of. Whatever you are as a human, it doesn't matter if you black, white, Puerto Rican, Indian, Asian, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you're a woman, a man, gay, straight, whatever that word is, and then whatever. It just don't even matter. Do you eat, sleep, breathe, piss and shit like everybody else? Yes. Is your toilet laced and glowed? Maybe. You know, but what does that change? So I don't believe in this whole pro-black movement. And I was in St. Louis when the whole Mike Brown thing went down, when Black Lives Matter, like, woof.
And
okay?
And then when that happened, you was actually one of the main writers for a publication in New York.
Yeah.
They actually asked you to write about it, and what was your answer?
No, I'm not. Why? For one, all the facts weren't even out about the story. For two, I was not about to go into the area where all of that was going down, even though it was like literally 10 minutes from my house. I grew up around the corner from where that happened. But it just, I can't even really remember what I told them, but it was no. I told them I will write about it after the boy is laid to rest and cover the aspect of the funeral and the situation. But I still, even then, I didn't give this opinion, you know, we need to focus on getting everybody as you know, blacks together, and I just don't believe in it. Is there racism going on? Hell yeah. Have I experienced it? Yeah, but I look at that as an ignorance of a human being, right? Because anybody can be racist towards you, even your own race. So why do I need to be so pro anything? You know what I am? I'm pro Heather. I'm pro my family. I'm pro making it. I'm pro generational wealth. I'm pro financial freedom. I'm pro ownership. I'm pro entrepreneurship. Now put that on the flag. Okay, put that on a t-shirt. You know, I don't feel, yeah, my fro is popping, it's busting, okay? But that's just the natural texture of my hair. That's me loving me and my essence as a woman. It has nothing to do with me being black, or you know, I've been insisted that I had something mixed in me. You sure? Are you sure? I'm like, well, damn, maybe I'm not. You tell me what I am. You know, but none of that even matters. So, you know, kneeling for a cause, standing for a cause, marching for a cause is not changing any of the causes. I don't see anybody kneeling, standing, or marching for homeless, hungry children, or, you know, these half the world is in strife. Nobody's making a riff about it. They're like, but I'm black. I'm black. I need to stand for this, okay? Because I'm black. And it's like, okay, at the end of the day, did your kids eat? Do you have a job to go to, or are you making moves for the future? Did you put clothes on somebody's back? What did you do with your soul blackness? I don't get it. That's whatever. Now I wish something was in this little cranberry juice, okay? So, no, I didn't follow the movement. I still don't follow the movement. Whatever that movement is, I'm just pro-human. Are there some stupid humans in the world? Yeah. That's it. It don't matter what color they are. I know the social media makes it seem like it matters that there's a color. News outlets throw color. But you can't be woke and trapped in that mentality that you are listening to the media outlets because everybody throws race and color on something. That's your fault. That's your choice.
So, fun fact or fun question. For a person as yourself, you're strong. We have gotten that from this session. You're a leader. We have gotten that from this session. You have a great family, and you're leading your family, not only your husband, but you as a woman, as a black woman in today's world is much needed, and you're leading also. So let's jump into like a lighter question. For someone that's constantly being aggressive in this world, because a lot of the things that's going on is digressive. Am I saying that right? Is that the right word? Digressive, right? A lot that's going on is not as aggressive as it looks. It's not helping, like you said, it's not helping you tomorrow. It's not helping your future. Mm-hmm. So for a person, what do you have coming up for fun that you look forward to that's not building and it's not like ownership? Like, you have anything coming up in your near future that you can't, you're looking forward to, tomorrow, next month, September, October, anything that's coming up that's fun?
I mean, my life is fun.
Right.
I think from the outside looking in, people may think that my husband and I are always working and building because that's what we promote on our social media. But please believe we have fun, and usually it's those times that we are having fun that aren't documented and submitted to the public. But you know how they say if you love what you do, then it's not considered work. I don't feel like I'm working when I'm working on my blog or putting up video content or putting up a social media post. It don't feel like work to me. Yeah. Being with kids, that's fun. My husband is fun, and I don't know.
Are you guys attending? We all know by now that you're a big Beyonce fan.
Okay, that's the fun we're talking about. Yeah.
So
I don't know if it's both of us. More so me.
Right.
I think Nimo just supports my habit of enjoying Beyonce.
So she will be here, I think, September, Pasadena.
Yeah.
Are you guys attending?
Yeah. I think we've even said that on the podcast. Yeah, Beyonce. Total fan girl right here. Yeah, that's probably one of the biggest, most fun things I can say I'm honestly doing. Just for like coming up that soon, that crazy. Yeah, we're going to see Beyonce and Jay-Z. Jay-Z's cool, he's collateral. But yeah, I really honestly didn't even get into Jay-Z until I met my husband. It was crazy. But yeah, now they're together.
That's great. So, we have one last question.
Aww.
Oh, I know. So, we're going to lead off with www.heatherbenyce.com.
Yeah.
What is it?
Oh. Wow. So for everybody who doesn't know, it's a website, obviously. It's a blog website that has gone through a couple transitions. From the start of heatherbenyce.com to where it is today, to I'm still evolving it. It's never ending. I feel like my project on Heather Be Nice is never ending because I haven't exactly found where I want it to be, right? So started off as a celebrity news and media outlet, kind of like well, actually nothing like anything, because I delivered news in a positive way. So all those ratchet stories that you would see popping up through, you know, those other websites that shall not be named, I kind of flipped them and made them positive, because I felt like the world had enough negativity in it, as it's grown since then. So the website started in 2014, launched in 2015, talking about the celebrity news and unsigned artists. I had a section on there called Branding for the People. It's still on the website, that I promoted and wrote up unsigned artists, underground people. It didn't even matter. I wrote up a gospel group, a couple hip hop people, Nimo, and I think I even did some kind of his music was more like eclectic, EDM, kind of that Janelle Monáe kind of esque, right? So it didn't matter. I was all for promoting whoever. And then as I changed and developed, and I started doing like DJing and other stuff, I just you know, searching for celebrity content. You know, kudos to the outlets that do that. Kudos to you, because I couldn't. I don't care enough, okay? That's the thing. I don't care enough about celebrities to be really researching their content to find out what happened, who posted what, you know, and running on Instagram and looking through Facebook all day. Anybody got time for that? And I just didn't care. It didn't spark me, right? So I took the website, took it down, and said, I'm over it. I want to make it something else. And then when I kind of relocated to California, I said, why isn't it about me? It's my name. I own it. I built it from the ground. Okay, long, stressful nights and days, you know, working on a website. I built it. So why am I offering it to celebrities who know nothing about me, who could give up about me, right? You know, just giving them more light. And so I made it about me. And then I finally kind of critiqued it to the things I like. So beauty, anything and all things beauty. Kicks, which, you know, that just kind of spiraled out of control. And then art, which is really more so a piece dedicated to my husband, because he likes art. He's painted art pieces, and that's one of them right there. And I can appreciate art in other manners. So we're talking about dance and interpretive dance and just anything that's really like artistic, what you would call an art. And so yeah, I did that, and that's what it is now. It's blog. I give you a little snippets of like my day or what I was doing. I give you a fashion post with my photos or promoting any vlog content that I have, and that's what Heather Be Nice is now. I did recently add a tab from my DJing days. So if you click the tab at the top, DJ Heather Be Nice, you'll see just the first 3 shows when I was DJing online on my website. So those are there live, and it will, you know, I'll probably upload a couple a week just to be there. And then I'll eventually like get them to YouTube. But you can find me on Mixcloud, But it's there on heatherbenyce.com. So that's what it's about. And then, I'm promoting the kids show, the Jar show. I'm promoting that we have the book coming out this summer, and just any and all things Heather Be Nice and what we have going on is on the website. And I am much more fulfilled talking about the things I personally love through the website than I ever could be talking about a celebrity. Like, to be honest. No hate to them, but
That's great. So we're leading out. If you could pick one word to lead by and for the world to be led by, what would that actually be? One word.
One word?
One word.
But that excludes so many other words. I can't have two.
Okay, in this segment, we'll give you two.
Okay. Love and innovation.
Love and innovation. Well, that was Heather Be Nice, and this is episode 2
of Sofa Therapies.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hey, baby. What's happening? Yeah.